That's right, you saw that clickbait thumbnail correctly. 40 upcoming NFT projects in one video. ETH, Polygon, Solana, I think there's a Sui in here. We get into everything to bring you up to speed. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Legato. I'm the founder of Omega Alpha. I do videos like this every week. We also do Twitter Spaces, big giveaways. And honestly, if you're not an Omega Alpha holder by now, you're just not going to make it. But seriously, if you like NFT content like this, please hit that like and subscribe button below. We're going to quickly bring you up to date on some news and boom, right into the projects. Better get that notepad ready, fam. There's been a ton of new NFT marketplaces popping up and a lot of the old ones are getting upgraded. OpenSea Pro just came out recently. 170 marketplaces in one shot, all kinds of advanced trading features. Supposedly it's pretty good. If you've ever used gem.xyz, it means you're eligible. As of right now, about 80,000 of 180,000 max have minted. The floor has been bouncing around from 0.02 all the way up to like 0.06. It's literally free money. Or you can hold it and see if anything comes of this later. There's speculation of an OpenSea airdrop in the future, but they are based in the US, so I don't know, it might not ever happen. To be honest, as mentioned in a couple tweets like this, it's more likely that OpenSea is going to reward people with NFTs as opposed to an actual token, but we'll see. Blur Season 2 is pushed back until May 1st instead of April 1st. Obviously the volume on Blur has been ridiculous. I'm curious to see if this token just eventually goes down and down and down, or if they can keep delivering and driving interest on their platform. Speaking of platforms, Magic Eden now does 4 chains: Solana, Matic, Bitcoin Ordinals, and Ethereum. Their Ethereum marketplace is just about to go live. Their launchpad has 17 partners, including some big ones like Realm Hunter, Crypto Ninja, you name it. They also just introduced diamonds as a reward system. It's still pretty new, they didn't launch a ton of information yet, but just by bidding, listing, and doing quests, you can earn diamonds which will be able to be used in the future on their platform for rewards. Let's see what Magic Eden's got in store. Also, speaking of marketplaces, if you haven't heard of Tensor, it's a newer Solana marketplace, think like Blur, but for Solana. They just got a lot of funding, and it's definitely more geared towards advanced traders. You can definitely see a lot of detailed information, trends, charts, sweeps, listings on multiple marketplaces. To be honest, I was on the fence at first, but it's really grown on me. There's a lot of pro features on Tensor. They also got some type of airdrop in the works. Speaking of stuff in the works, I have mentioned ERC-4337 in the past, which is a type of Ethereum contract you're going to see used a lot in the future. But here's another one I just learned about, ERC-6551. There's a lot of interesting features with this, but imagine if your NFT had its own wallet. It's basically a smart contract wallet tied to your NFT, which is actually pretty interesting. It opens up a lot of stuff. Think about how far smart contract tech has come just in the past year or two. It's pretty amazing if you think about it. What's going to be available in a year from now? And while we're talking about speculation on the future, the airdrop meta is huge right now. zksync is the biggest one that's coming up. There's a billion Twitter threads and a ton of YouTube videos out there on these topics. Everything from zksync to Starknet, Sui, SEI, Mantle Testnet. You can easily find all kinds of crazy stats and guides out there to tell you the best way to position yourself for upcoming airdrops. Just remember that it's all speculation. You could be putting hours and hours into something that can make you a Lambo next month, or all the quests and tasks and everything that you're doing can literally mean nothing and be a waste of time. So just be aware of the chance you're taking if you dive into that rabbit hole. However, if you guess right, you can make a lot of Monopoly money. And speaking of Monopoly money, now it's time to get into the projects. I'm going to quickly go through about 40 of them. Some of these are going to be awesome and make you a ton of money if you get in early. Some of them will fail and go to zero 2 days after mint, and some may never meet their potential. The purpose of this video is to slap you with as much upcoming NFT project info as I can, and then you can decide where to put your efforts. As always, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say in this video should be taken as financial advice. We're going to go super quick. Let's go. First one up is Light Towers. Big following, mints in about a week, has big Twitter spaces, like over 1,000 people on it with other big names: Magic Eden, Today, Arcade, Galaxy Fight Club. They were pushed on the free NFT platform, which is always bullish. They had this fun little mini game, which is not the actual final game, but a lot of people got into this. There was a leaderboard and you could win whitelists and NFTs. Big following, Web3 Gaming, free mint, Polygon. Bullish. Next up is Faraway, another free mint Genesis NFT related to gaming. They have a big following, big connections. They were also pushed on the free NFT platform. They have their hands in a lot of different projects, like you can see right here. They also just partnered with the team behind Mutant Hounds and Mutant Cartel. There's a lot of information that came out recently about it. This one definitely might be a good one to get. And did I mention it was free? Next up is Elysion. This one's pretty early, only about 6,000 followers on Twitter, but a lot of people that I recognize, influencers, collab managers, and connected people following this one. They dropped a trailer recently. The game looks pretty cool. I know they're self-funded. It's early. Watch it. This is another super early one. Mystic Games. They just hit 1,000 followers. Shout out to the homie Caleb for turning me onto this one. There's barely any information at all about this one, but to me it just totally has that look where like 3 or 4 weeks from now it's gonna blow up and you're gonna wish you saw it early in this video. They're working on Call of the Void, which is a mobile shooter game. There's a couple early videos like this out right now too. And they already raised over $1 million in seed funding. Keep an eye on it. This one is Oceans of Terra. It has over 100k followers on Twitter. Big collabs, big AMAs. To be honest, I just recently heard about it. I happened to catch it on the free NFT platform here. Here's some early gameplay. The supply of the NFT right now is 3,600. Game, free mint, big following. I'm watching it. This one is DOKA, or Digital DOKA. They got some animation and visuals on their Twitter, pretty big following, big collabs. They worked with Den Decadent and some other solid names. Their website's actually really high quality. As of right now, it's application only and it looks like you need a code, but they are closing soon, so I don't know if that's going to open up for more people later who don't have a code. But this one's been making its rounds at a lot of alpha groups. If you look at the team behind it, it appears that they have a ton of experience, so I'm watching this one. Alright, the next three I'm going to mention real quick are for you Polygon maxis or guys trying to get into the new ecosystem of Polygon NFTs super early. First one is Drill Club. It's a free mint. Got about 17k followers. Has done some AMAs with some other big groups. And yeah, that's the first one. Next up is Splyces. I've been seeing this one float around in some groups. There's not a lot of information publicly, but it's really been heating up if you look at their Twitter, followers, collab requests, all that. Degeneracy, fun, and community. I'm down. And number 3 on the Polygon train is Rokoro. I actually listened to them a little bit in an AMA the other day. They were doing ticket collabs with some pretty big groups. D-Gods, Degen Ape Academy, I think Brozo, Trippin' Ape Tribe. So when it gets around like that, I'm watching it. Next up is Pluto Misfits. This was actually originally Plutoverse. They changed their Twitter handle a little bit ago. It's Magic Batch's first incubated project, and last I heard from Crypto Gorilla's recent video, Magic Batch's floor price was like 4 ETH or 5 ETH. So Pluto Misfits definitely has some backing behind it and money behind it. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. Polygon, baby. Walt's Vault is another one that's pretty hyped right now. I know everyone and their wife's boyfriend is definitely interested in this whitelist. The art's really good, all of their videos and images are cool. Their website's actually done really well, very high quality, goes into what they're doing, the team, everybody involved. Only a small amount of spots get given out to groups that are collabing with them. I'm not sure if I know any. It's definitely a good whitelist to get and a possible banger. Next up is Polygon Monkeys. To be honest, the art and everything on this doesn't blow me away or anything. Their website kind of looks like 2021 or 2022 style, where there's a lot of fluff and not a lot of real juicy info on it. But the reason I mention it is a lot of NFTs like this that are building a type of framework and utility for future NFT projects on Solana have really blown up before. They're trying to create a platform for white labeled staking and all kinds of things that other NFT projects can use. And that's why I mention it. If it's legit, it could surprise you, but that's the question. Let's see if it's legit. Next one up is Serial Experiments Lain. This is an official use of the IP. I watched a show like 20 years ago. It was pretty awesome. The people behind Serial Experiments Lain were involved with Hellsing, Fortnite, all kinds of big stuff. Anime Metaverse is involved with this too, and I believe it's a 100% free mint, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Next up is Code Sekai. This one's been around for a little while. Anime and gaming, a lot of good information on their website, and a recent Twitter thread on their page goes over a lot of this stuff. It's backed by VC funding, dynamic NFTs, weapons and items or NFTs in the game. A lot of really cool sounding stuff, so let's see if they can pull it off. Another one I want to mention is Dreamzuki. It's a lower priced PFP project, which basically lets you take all of the iconic Azuki traits and mix them, match them, and make whatever you want. They've done a lot of decent collabs, and it definitely feels a little different than your normal derivative type of project. They shared a couple clips of their UI and what it may look like, so let's keep an eye on it. Shout out to the homie Jakul for some of these Solana projects. First one up is Sandbar. This one's a little different as it's a platform to connect Web3 professionals. You're looking for a collab manager, a dev, an artist, a marketer, an advisor. There's a lot of this Web3 networking stuff out there already, but this one low-key has a lot of people looking forward to it. If anyone can create something that's like Upwork but for NFT degens, it might be Sandbar. Next up is zulpverse. As of right now, you can go to the link in a Twitter profile to apply to get Zulp listed. There's some info on their Twitter, pictures, art, traits, and it's got a pretty big organic following, so I'm gonna watch it. Here's a random one that's pretty early, Project Nova. There's not much information on this one, but it's followed by a lot of big names in the space. And when I say early, I mean there's literally like not much of any info at all. But people seem pretty engaged with the Twitter, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. You ever see a project that just has a unique look and cool theme and there's not really like any info on it, but people like it? That's this one, Koi Pond. I legit don't have anything to tell you about it, but if you look at the engagement and I see it floating around, there's something about this one. It just has that feel to me, so I'm gonna watch it. Conviction is another one. There's not a ton of information about it, but there's a lot of Twitter engagement, and when I see different images and characters like this, it makes me think of different fighters or characters in a game. So my guess is it's some type of Web3 gaming thing. Admittedly, I don't know, but I see it making its rounds, so I'm gonna watch it. This is a different one, Baby Ryder Death. The website, the theme, everything about it's pretty crazy. Every time a new trailer gets leaked or a sneak peek comes out, I'm watching it, hoping that I'm going to actually learn more about what this weird guy is and what this is about, but so far, I have no idea. But what I do know is everybody in all of the groups I'm in is asking the same questions as me, so guess what? They're doing some good marketing. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to run through some more here really quick because I don't have much information. Vitruvians. Like 1,500 followers right now, a couple images and tweets, not much to go on. But I do see a couple influencers and people in the space following this, and I saw this little trailer, so it's just one of those things that I gotta watch it and see what happens. Next up is TinFun, Oriental Fantasy Adventure in Web3. I have absolutely no idea what this is, but in multiple alpha groups it's been requested, and there's a lot of CMs and connected people following, so you know what? I'm gonna keep an eye on it myself. Super Glitch Games, this one's real early, like 1,100 people following it. Their website is where most of the information can be found, pitch deck, white paper, all that stuff. Teams and partners are on here. It's backed by 32-bit ventures. To me, this is the type of thing that nobody knows about, and then 3 months from now they're behind some big game, and then all of a sudden you wish you heard about it. And here's another one, Codename Renegades. I haven't really heard about this one at all until recently, but it is a free mint. It's a free-to-play tactical brawler. They have done a chunk of collabs already, and buried in their Twitter, there is a couple videos like this that seem to show some type of gameplay. Uses the Unreal Engine, it's pre-alpha footage, so free mint, I'm down. Another gaming one that I just heard of recently, Moonfrost. They have a lot of concept art, character art, all kinds of stuff on their Twitter. But the thing that really caught my attention is this trailer on their pinned tweet. It has like 1.5 million views, and I'm a bit of a nerd. When I see something like this, it gets me excited about the potential of a game. I still think we are super early when it comes to Web3 games, so I'm gonna watch this one. Next up is Shardbound, another Web3 game. This one's a card-based game, like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! They dropped some alpha trailers recently showing some really early gameplay like this. Again, there's digital collectibles, which are the cards. I'm not sure if there's a normal whitelist or if it's just for cards and packs to play, but keep an eye on this one. Next up is Fableborn, which is an ARPG base builder type of game. They claim to have a lot of really experienced people on their team. There may be a chance to join their upcoming playtest, I'm not sure. But if you're like me, you like to see it when there is an actual game prior to any type of mint. So let's see where this one goes. Next one I want to mention is the Citadel. They've been around for like over a year, drop a lot of updates. I know it's a Web3 enabled game, but I don't know all the details. I actually messaged them about a year ago asking for a collab from the Omega Alpha Project account, and they just blocked me a couple days ago. So that's kind of interesting. There's some alpha for you. Next one up is Paraverse. This one's been around for a long time, but it's just recently started to get a lot more attention. It's all based on augmented reality, and they show a lot of examples and stuff like this on their trailer. They've done some big AR voxel collabs like Project Gajira, Yoga Pets, HelloBot. Oh my god, that cat looks really creepy in AR. I don't know the finer details of what their plans are, but I think augmented reality is definitely going to be a big thing in the future. So, as a side note for Paraverse, they do have a Google form available on their Twitter, the Diamond Hands event, where you can basically apply to be whitelisted. Moving on, the next one is Kola, K-O-L-A, for a Soundful Web3. They have some information on their Twitter, trailers, images. Sandbox is an official partner. Hedong, Realm Hunter, HelloBot. When you look at this one, it seems like they're really connected. They also have a white paper that goes into a lot more information. The idea is really AI and generative music. They want to unleash the power of creativity with AI, sound, art, blockchain, and they want to make it a lot easier for creators and anyone in the space to use voice AI, sound AI, everything. So if you dig that type of stuff, check this one out. Alchemy Divisions is another one that I don't know much about. In the lore that's on Twitter, they talk about an upcoming tournament that's going to be epic. They've partnered with Elemental Raiders, HelloBot, and a few others. 26k followers and a lot of people that I know. That's all I need to know for now. Next up is Imaginary Ones, Imaginary Rides, their next project. Imaginary Ones was a monster project in 2022. 15,000 ETH traded. Their floor price right now in their Genesis collection is almost 1 ETH. They also had this Hugo collection about 5 months ago. It's about 1,000 supply, floor price 0.55. Here's some early gameplay footage for this game. You can play with members of your community, others. It's a multiplayer racing game. Anyone in Omega Alpha knows that I literally win every single round of Smash Carts, so this game looks pretty cool. It might give a chance for my community to actually beat me in a game. Here's a couple Solana projects for you. Visages, I'm probably butchering that. It's a 333 Sol project. There's been some auctions for some pieces that have gone for like 150 Sol. It's been highlighted by some other big alpha groups, and a lot of big names in the Sol community keep putting this up in that high league of Sol casinos and heists and Oogie and all those big degenerate Solana projects happening right now. Mix all that together with a 333 supply, count me in. Next Sol project is Undead Genesis. I mean, seriously, look at this art. If this doesn't scream Solana, I don't know what does. And I mean that in a good way. Looks like there's an arena type game or platform that they're building, and you can bet or gamble or play. I know their pre-sale sold out. If you're a Solana degen, watch this one. Another one for Solana is Mad Lads. This one's been around for a minute, and to be honest, it doesn't blow me away with the art or anything special about it, but I know a lot of Solana degens that are all about this project, and the Solana community has some deep FOMO and hype. If a lot of people are pursuing this one, with all the Twitter engagement that it has, and backed by NFT Backpack, I'm gonna watch it. Here's the one Sui project for this video, Fuddies. Fuddies looks total degen, has like 7,000 Twitter followers, and is literally nothing but memes, vibes, degenerates, and art like this. And that's about all I know, but it's on Sui, and it's an NFT, and people are talking about it. So there's your alpha. Next up is Hikeshi's Spirit. This one's been around for a little bit, but did start getting some attention recently, specifically when Pons from the Plague started tweeting about them. He met with the people behind it, and that's pretty bullish to me. Pons has a good rep in the space. And I mean, they have a video of this guy in the street. I mean, how can I not be interested? This is a Japanese project, Blue Bee. I know absolutely nothing about it except it has really good Twitter engagement, and a couple of my Asian-speaking CMs said I should keep an eye on it. So there's my research. Next up is Wooch. It's a free mint project, 796 supply. They supposedly partnered with 3 Hong Kong trading platforms, have like $5 million in funding. And yeah, that's about all I know, but it's hitting the streets like wildfire, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And here's one more Solana project, Raposa. It's a global coffee brand, and the art actually looks pretty good in this. This recent auction just went for 80 Sol, and it's following that Sol meta, which has been pretty successful lately, where they do these one-of-one auctions to raise money and interest prior, and so far it's working pretty good. It looks like their application is still open to get whitelisted or to have a chance, but it might be closed by the time this video goes live. And 2 bonus things real quick, the Muhammad Ali NFT is coming out soon. Z-Blocks is behind it, the same people who did the Marilyn Monroe NFT. Even though they had a cut supply on that mint, it was really profitable. So it's definitely worth going to the Muhammad Ali link in the Twitter bio and applying to get this allow list. It might be worth it. Another quick bonus at the end of this video is do.gg. It's a Polygon aggregator. It's pretty new. There's codes floating around all the alpha groups to try to get in. Since I talked about marketplaces in the beginning of the video, so I wanted to at least mention it, as they are talking about an airdrop of some kind in the future. Boom, you made it to the end of the video. I mentioned almost 50 projects, a ton of alpha, and all kinds of stuff to keep you guys occupied. If you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that like and subscribe button below. ETH, Solana, crypto, Polygon, NFTs, Web3, whatever it is, Omega Alpha's got you covered. Links to everything I mentioned in this video will also be in the description below. So on that note, peace out.